Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Welcome po sa 122nd na Climate Forum ngayong araw na ito. Kami po sa Pag-asa ay taus-pusong nagpapasalamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay sa ating mga programa. Lalong-lalo na po ngayon na tayo ay magpapalabas ng ating weather outlook para sa susunod na mga araw. At ipapalabas din po natin ngayon o ipapaalam natin ang tungkol po sa sitwasyon o kalagayan ng ating mga dams and reservoir na minomonitor ng Pag-asa. At gayon din po tayo ay magbibigay ng inaasahan natin na klima sa susunod na 6 na buwan. Ngayon pong araw na to, tayo po ay nag-work sa ating mga tahanan or yung tinatawag po nating work from home. So, ang ating pong mga kasamahan sa Pag-asa ay patuloy po na nagmo-monitor at pinag-aaralan ang ating panahon para po sa ikabubuti ng bawat isa. Sumusunod po na mga presentations ay ating pong ginawa sa ating tahanan at katulong din po yung ating mga ibang mga kasamahan na patuloy na nagseserbisyo sa mga iba't ibang field stations natin at sa forecasting center po natin. Dahil po sa sitwasyon ngayon ng COVID-19 na tayo po ay nakalagay sa enhanced community quarantine, sana po tayo ay magstay sa bahay. At kami po sa Pag-asa ay patuloy na maghahatid sa inyo ng mga kailangang impormasyon tungkol po sa ating weather, sa klima at iba-iba pa pong serbisyo ng Pag-asa. Muli po, maraming salamat sa inyo at sana po ay patuloy tayong magsubaybay sa mga pangyayari habang tayo ay nasa ating tahanan. Muli po ay kami nagpapasalamat at sana po tayo ay magstay sa bahay para po maging safe tayo dahil sa kondisyon na nararanasan natin ngayon. Magandang tanghali po or sa ating lahat.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat at para po sa magiging lagay na ating panahon ngayong araw ng Miyerkules, March 25, 2020. Patuloy pa rin ang umiiral ang easterly sa bahagi ng Southern Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. May dala pa rin po itong mainit at maalinsangan na panahon sa buong bahagi ng ating bansa. Samantala, update po tayo sa binabantayan nating low pressure area na huli nating namataan sa layong 970 kilometers, silangan timog silangan ng Mindanao. Hindi naman natin ito inaasahan na magiging isang bagyo, ngunit sa mga susunod na araw ay posible ito magdulot ng mga pag-ulan sa may silangang bahagi ng Mindanao. Kaya patuloy pa rin po tayo mag-antabay sa mga update na inilalabas ng Pag-asa ukol sa nasabi nating low pressure area. At para sa maging lagay ng ating panahon the next 24 hours, dito po sa may Northern Luzon, particular na sa Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, at pati na rin sa may Ilocos Region ay makakaranas po ng maaliwalas na panahon at mababa lamang po ang tsansa ng mga pag-ulan. Dito na sa Metro Manila at sa nalabing bahagi pa ng Luzon ay magiging maaliwalas, mainit at maalinsangan ang panahon natin ngayong araw at may tsansa ng mapulong-pulong mga pag-ulan pagdating ng hapon at ng gabi. Dito sa Metro Manila, posibleng pumalo sa 33 degrees Celsius yung ating maximum temperature ngayong araw. Sa Visayas at Mindanao naman po ay magiging mainit at maalinsangan na panahon din natin naasahan at may tsansa ng pulupulong mga pag-ulan, pagkidlat at pagkulog lalo na sa dakong hapon at sa gabi. Sa Iloilo, posibleng umabot sa 33 degrees Celsius ang ating maximum temperature at sa Tacloban at sa Cebu ay 32 degrees Celsius naman po at pagdating naman sa may Davao, 32 degrees Celsius ang maximum temperature at ganun din naman sa may Zamboanga City. Wala po tayong nakatas na gale warning sa anumang bahagi ng ating karagatan, kaya malayang makakapalaot yung ating mga kababayang mangisda at yung gumagamit ng maliit na sasakyang pandagat. At generally, magiging banayad hanggang sa katamtaman lamang ang mga pag-alon sa ating mga karagatan. Tapos sa ating 3-day weather outlook dito sa Metro Manila, wala na po tayo naasahang malawakang mga pag-ulan, kaya magpapatuloy yung naranasan nating mainit at maalinsangan na panahon at may chance lamang na ma-isolated rain showers pagdating ng hapon at ng gabi. Mula 23 hanggang 34 degrees Celsius yung agwat ng temperatura na inaasahan natin dito sa Metro Manila. Sa Baguio City naman po ay wala tayong inaasahang malawakang mga pag-ulan at mababa din po ang tsansa ng mga pag-ulan. At mula sa 15 hanggang 26 degrees Celsius yung agwat ng temperatura. Dumako naman po tayo sa Legazpi City. In the next 3 days, makakaranas po sila ng mainit at maalinsangan na panahon at may tsansa lamang na ma-isolated rain showers pagdating ng hapon at ng gabi. 25 to 32 degrees Celsius ang agwat ng temperatura. Samantala sa Metro Cebu naman po, mainit din ang ating panahon na inaasahan, may tsansa lamang ng mga pag-ulan pagdating ng hapon at ng gabi. 25 to 32 degrees Celsius ang agwat ng temperatura. Sa Metro Davao, dahil sa epekto nung nasabi nating low pressure area, by Thursday and Friday, may naasahan tayo diyang kalat-kalat na may hina hanggang sa katamtamang mga pag-ulan. Ngunit pagdating ng Sabado ay posible na ulit sumilip ang ating haring araw. 24 to 31 degrees Celsius yung agwat ng temperatura. Araw natin dito sa Kamunilaan ay sisikat sa ganap na 5:57 ng umaga at muling lulubog sa ganap na 6:08 ng gabi. At para sa karagdagang impormasyon ukol sa lagay ng panahon, mangyaring i-like at i-follow kami sa aming Facebook at Twitter account sa DOST_pag-asa at bisitahin ang aming website sa bagong.pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan po muna latest natin dito sa Weather Forecasting Center ng Pag-asa. Ako po si Ana Cloren. Magandang umaga.
Good afternoon sa ating mga tagapakinig. Sa ngalan ng Hydrometeorology Division, nais ko pong ibahagi sa inyo ang kasalukuyang status ng major river dams sa Luzon. Ang mga dams na ito ay patuloy na minomonitor ng Pag-asa, katuwang ang mga dam operators katulad ng National Irrigation Administration or ang NIA at ang National Power Corporation or ang NPC. Ang mga dams na ito ay matatagpuan within the major river basins na ating din minomonitor katulad ng Agno River Basin dito sa may western side na kung saan nandoon ang tatlong series of dams, ang Ambuklaw Dam sa Bocod, Benguet, ang Bingi Dam sa Itogon, Benguet at ang San Roque Dam sa San Manuel, Pangasinan. Dito naman sa eastern side ng Cagayan River Basin, which we consider as the largest river basin in the Philippines, nandun naman po sa upstream portion nito sa may Ramon Isabela ang Magat Dam. At dito naman po sa may bandang ibaba sa Pampanga River Basin, which is the second largest river in Luzon, ay nandun naman po sa may upstream portion nito sa Nueva Ecija ang Pantabangan Dam. At ang nagsusupply ng tubig sa Metro Manila, which is ang Angat Dam, ay matatagpuan sa Norsagaray, Bulacan at katabi lang po nito ay ang Ipo Dam sa Bulacan. At isama na rin po natin ang La Mesa Dam dito sa Quezon City na kung saan ito ay draining towards the Trillahan River. Ito naman pong nasa southern portion ay ang Caliraya Dam na matatagpuan sa Lumban, Laguna. Narito na po ang update ng mga dams as of 6 AM today. Sa kasalukuyan, ang Angat Dam ay nasa 198.1 meters, bahagyang bubamba ng 23 centimeters mula sa elevation kahapon. Ang Ipo Dam naman ay nasa 101.04, samantalang ang La Mesa Dam ay nasa 76.94. Dito naman tayo sa series of dams within Agno River Basin. Umpisahan natin sa Ambuklaw Dam na nasa 748.24 meters at ang Bingi Dam naman ay nasa 570.96 meters. Parehas sila bahagyang bumaba ng 1 cm. Samantalang ang San Roque Dam ay nasa 250.08 meters at ito ay bahagyang bumaba ng 26 cm mula sa elevation kahapon. Ang Pantabangan naman ay nasa 191.15 meters, bumaba ng 41 cm, samantalang ang Magat Dam ay nasa 164.98 meters at ito ay tumaas ng around 12 cm mula sa elevation kahapon. Ang Caliraya ay nasa 287.97, bahagyang bumaba ng 18 cm mula sa elevation nito kahapon. Dito sa fifth column, makikita natin ito yung normal high water level natin or yung tinatawag nating spilling level. Kung mapapansin natin, halos lahat po ng dams ay nasa mas mababa mula sa spilling level. So definitely, hindi pa po siya aapaw. Itong naman po nasa column 7, na tinatawag nating rule curve. Ang rule curve po is ito yung minimum reservoir elevation na kung saan na kailangan i-maintain ng mga dam operators para ma-ensure nila na ang availability nito sa irrigation, sa power generation, at sa water supply. So, kung mapapansin din natin dito sa slide is mataas yung ang mataas lang sa rule curve is itong Angat Dam, samantalang lahat po sila ay mas mababa po sa rule curve. So, maipapaliwanag pa po natin ito on the next slides. Makikita po natin dito ang trend ng water level for the 3-year period represented by the 3 shades of color blue. Light blue represents the 2018, yung mid blue represents the 2019, at yung dark blue represents yung current year. Yung yellow color naman ay nagre-represent sa rule curve, which I explained earlier kung ano po yung ibig sabihin nito, while yung red represent normal high water level or yung spilling level, which is very important during rainy season. At ang low water level naman ay important kapag during dry season. Kung mapapansin natin, pababa ang trend natin ngayon since nasa dry season na tayo. Pero, i-take note natin na mas mataas pa din ang elevation natin sa rule curve. In a way, masasabi natin na manage naman ng mabuti yung allocation ng water natin sa dam. Sa ngayon, ang allocation natin according to NWRB ay 20 CMS for irrigation at 40 CMS naman for water supply. We are also informed na sa April, bababa na ito for irrigation at magiging 15 CMS at 0 na pagdating ng May sa irrigation. But then, yung water supply will still remain to 46 CMS. Ito naman ang graph ng San Roque Dam. Kinumpare din natin dito yung 3-year na trend. As expected, bumaba ang water level natin mula ng umpisa ng taon. Kagaya ng mga nakaraang taon, inaasahan natin na tataas ito by mid of this year or kapag nag-enhance ang habagat. Makikita natin sa graph na may mataas pang elevation natin sa rule curve. Henceforth, we can say na well-managed pa ang tubig natin sa dams. Ito naman po ang graph ng Pantabangan Dam. Makikita natin yung trend for this year na mas mababa siya as compare nung last year. But then, mas mataas naman siya nung 2018. Sa ngayon, around 89.2 CMS ang kanilang allocation with minimal amount of rainfall. But then, they will cut off the allocation by May. So, we are expecting na mag-recover ang water level ng dam. Ito naman po ang graph ng Magat Dam sa Isabela. Makikita natin ang trend natin for this year ay almost the same ng trend natin for last year. Though mas mababa ito sa rule curve, we are expecting na mag-recover ito in the next few months, kagaya ng nangyari last year. According to management ng Magat, they will reduce the allocation this coming April by half from 40 CMS ng March at ngayon magiging 20 CMS na lang. Ito naman po yung sa Lamesa Dam. Makikita din natin ang similarity ng trend sa 2018. Kung mapapansin natin, mababa talaga yung level niya noong 2019. So, nagkaroon tayo ng shortage sa tubig. We are expecting that water level will recover sa mid-year kapag nagkaroon na ng habagat. And another notable information, for the last 2 years, hindi po niya naabot ang spilling level. Hence, walang masyadong naging pagbaha sa Tuliahan River. To summarize, ano po ba ang magiging kalagayan ng ating dams in the next few months given mga years that I've mentioned earlier. For the month of April, ang Angat Dam, ang forecast rainfall ay 27 mm with an approved allocation of 61 cms. Ang expected water level natin ay 185.11 meter. Mas mababa siya ng 1.29 meters sa rule curve. For San Roque Dam naman, ang forecast rainfall ay 52 mm with an estimated allocation of 69 cms. Ang magiging water level natin ay aabot ng 224.5 meter or mas mababa ng 14.37 meter sa rule curve. Sa Pantambangan Dam naman, ang forecast rainfall ay 78.8 mm with an allocation of 89 cms. Ang magiging water level ay 184.63 meter or mas mababa ng 19.56 meter sa rule curve. At para naman sa Magat Dam, ang forecast rainfall ay around 53 mm with an approved allocation of 20 cms. We are expecting that the water level to reach 176.59 meters, mas mababa ng 77 cm sa rule curve. At para ma-reach nila ang normal high water level or ang speeding level, kinakailangan ng Angat Dam ng 809 mm na rainfall. Ang San Roque Dam ay 1,946 mm, ang Pantabangan Dam ay 2,789 mm, at ang Magat ay 187 mm. For the month of May, para sa Angat Dam, ang forecast rainfall ay 187 mm with an approved allocation of 46 cms. This is purely for water supply. Ang expected water level natin is 182.72 meter, mas mababa lang ng 88 cms sa rule curve. For Pantabangan Dam, ang forecast rainfall ay 218.6 mm at cut off na po ang allocation. Ang expected water level natin ay 189.91 meter or mas mababa ng 13.73 meter sa rule curve. Pero as compared nung April, mas mataas naman siya. For Magat, ang forecast rainfall ay 209 meters with 62 cms allocation. Kapag nangyari ang ganitong pag-ulan, maaring ma-reach niya ang spilling level. Kagaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, kinakailangan na lang ng Magat ng 187 mm of rainfall at maaring niya nang ma-reach yung normal high water level. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig at kung may karagdagang katanungan, maaari pong makipag-ugnayan sa Hydrometeorology Division. Salamat po.
Sa pagpapatuloy ng ating 122nd Climate Forum, narito naman po ang ating review ng climate conditions from February to March 23 at yung pong ating climate outlook from April to September 2020. We have the climate review from February to March 23, 2020 and ENSO status, climate outlook for the next 6 months from April to September 2020, and then the summary. Here's Pag-asa ENSO monitoring in terms of sea surface temperature anomaly during the past month. Last February po, yung sea surface temperature observed for the month were near average over most of the tropical Pacific. Yung SST near Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and the Philippines were mostly near average. So, ibig sabihin po, meron pong nagyayaring warmer than usual temperatures of the sea surface dito po sa may Central Pacific. Rainfall distribution during the months of February shows generally way below to below normal rainfall conditions, mostly po sa northern and central part of Luzon and also Mindanao, while the rest of the country, particularly Visayas area and southern portion of Luzon, received near to above normal rainfall conditions. As of March 23, the general portions of the country received way below to below normal rainfall condition, except for some patches of near to above normal rainfall condition in Bicol area, some portions of western Visayas, and also western Mindanao. Temperature assessment for the month of February shows Baguio City recorded the lowest mean temperature at around 18.3 degrees centigrade, while General Santos recorded the 35.4 degrees centigrade at the mean temperature. As of March 24, Baguio City recorded the lowest minimum temperature that was recorded last February 21, while yung highest maximum temperature was recorded last March 20 in Cotabato City at 37.9 degrees centigrade. Dito naman po sa Metro Manila, since February 28, yung 33.6 po yung recorded na highest temperature for Metro Manila stations. At dahil nga po sa patuloy na pag-init ng ating temperatura, kasabay niyan po ay yung gradual shift ng ating wind direction from northeasterly to easterly wind. So ito po ay nagpapatunay na meron na po tayong establishment ng high pressure area that signifies the termination of the northeast monsoon and also the start of dry season. And last March 20, nagpalabas po ang Pag-asa ng press statement about the termination of the northeast monsoon and also the start of dry season. And this is also readily available at Pag-asa website since March 20. Now, for the ENSO outlook based from the IRI Climate Prediction Center Model-Based Probabilistic ENSO Forecast, makikita po natin dito sa chart na ito, gray shades represents ENSO neutral condition, yung red shade represents El Nino forecast probability, and then yung pong blue shades ay La Nina forecast probability. Makikita po natin dito na from March, April, May up to the forecast period November, December, January, makikita po natin na mas higher probability of having ENSO neutral condition during the forecast period. Pero habang lumalapit po yung tinatawag na after ng southwest monsoon season, August, September, October, November season, makikita po natin na increasing probability of having La Nina in the next 6 months or so pagdating po ng August, September, October to September, October, November season. Although malayo pa ito at napakataas pa po ng uncertainty coming in from different models, but there's still probability na may posibleng magkaroon ng La Nina by end of this year based po dito sa probabilistic ENSO forecast. And this graph shows the ensemble mean predictions of each dynamical model along with the statistical predictions. Kung mapapansin po natin, this plot shows some disagreements among the individual models and also the difference between the mean of the forecast of dynamical versus statistical models. Kung titingnan po natin, magkaroon ng probability of having La Nina based dun sa CPC consolidated, yung pong blue shades at August, September, October, and September, October, November season. So, bali, short-lived siya or hindi siya ma-sustain and then back to ENSO neutral condition. So, ito po yung nakikita natin na napakalaki po ng spread dun sa mga forecast models natin, both coming from the statistical and dynamical models. And based from Pag-asa's ENSO monitoring and also monitoring and forecast coming from global international prediction centers, Pag-asa came up with this Pag-asa ENSO advisory. ENSO neutral condition continues to persist across tropical Pacific, while majority of the climate models predict ENSO neutral condition will be likely until September 2020. So our ENSO alert system status is inactive. Walang El Nino, walang La Nina. And our outlook from April to September in terms of rainfall, temperature, dry days, and also tropical cyclone frequency from April to September 2020. Weather systems that might affect our country from April to September. Nandyan po yung mga tinatawag na mga thunderstorms or local thunderstorm activities that may be mild to severe thunderstorm, reads of high pressure areas na posibleng makapagpainit ng ating temperatura sa kabuuan, tail end of cold front, easterlies, also transition to southwest monsoon from May to June, southwest monsoon, intertropical convergence zone, low pressure areas, and also tropical cyclones. Para sa ating mga rainfall maps, red shade denotes way below normal or less than or equal to 40% ang normal or more than 60% reduction from the normal rainfall. Yellow shades denotes below normal or 41 to 80% of the normal or 21 to 60% reduction from the normal rainfall. Near normal naman ang green shades na 81 to 120% of the normal or less than 20% reduction from the normal rainfall. And then above normal rainfall naman po yung blue shades that is greater than 120% of the normal or syempre po may surplus of rainfall. Para sa ating mga monthly rainfall forecast for April, left map denotes the normal rainfall distribution during the month of April based from 1981 to 2010 rainfall data. Yung center map po natin ay yung forecast ng rainfall in terms of millimeters of rain. And then yung pong nasa right na map ay yung po yung in terms of percent normal forecast for the month of April. Month of April shows generally way below to below normal rainfall conditions ang posibleng ma-experience ng ating bansa except for some patches of near normal rainfall condition over eastern part of Mindanao. So general, around 72 provinces might experience below normal rainfall condition while around 7 provinces might experience way below normal and then near normal rainfall around 4 provinces. For the month of May 2020, generally below to near normal rainfall conditions ang posibleng ma-experience ng ating bansa. Makikita po natin it will coincide with the normal onset of the rainy season, so particularly, especially sa last half of May, na kung saan marami na rin po tayo ma-experience na pag-uulan, particularly the central Luzon area, that could also signify the onset of the rainy season. So makaka-experience na rin po tayo na medyo maraming ulan, at least as last half of May 2020, where around 54 provinces might experience near normal rainfall condition, while 29 provinces might experience below normal rainfall condition, mostly dito po sa may Visayas area. Months of June naman po, in general, ay near normal rainfall condition ang posible nating ma-experience, where around 80 provinces might experience near normal rainfall condition, except for 3 provinces dito po sa may Luzon area that might experience below normal rainfall conditions. For the month of July, where normally ay marami po yung ulan natin during the months of July, lalo na po dito sa may western section ng ating bansa or yung mga considered as type 1 climate, ang forecast po natin is generally near normal, particularly sa 82 provinces po ng ating bansa, while only 1 province might experience below normal rainfall condition dito po sa may Visayas area. Month of August signifies the peak of our southwest monsoon activity, na kung saan medyo maulan at marami pa rin po ulan normally sa western section ng ating bansa. And in terms of forecast rainfall for the months of August, generally near normal pa rin po ang nakikita nating forecast na may experience ng ating bansa, except from some 6 provinces that might experience above normal rainfall condition, mostly po dito sa may eastern Visayas and also Mindanao, while around 6 provinces dito sa may western Luzon area might experience below normal rainfall condition. Although below normal rainfall condition, pero normally po medyo around 300 to 400 millimeters of rain po yung normal na ulan yan. So kahit po below normal yan, ay still marami pa rin pong ulan ang forecast natin dito sa may western Luzon area. And then for the month of September, still southwest monsoon season, Pag-asa forecasted generally near normal rainfall conditions sa ating bansa. Although nakikita po natin na iisa ang kulay ng ating mapa during the months of September na forecast, that means higher uncertainty coming in from the forecast. So, it's part of the model, yung chaotic nature natin na napakataas po ng uncertainty sa forecast. particularly during the southwest monsoon activity. And here's the tabular representation of our April to September forecast in terms of percent normal, disaggregated by province. And here's in terms of millimeters of rain for Region 1 to Region 5, including CAR. And then for Visayas and Mindanao region, Region 6 up to ARMM. Our forecast watershed rainfall for selected dams and lakes for April to September, particularly at Angat Watershed, Lake Buhi, Lake Lanao, Magat Watershed, Malinaw, Pantabangan, and San Roque Cascaded Watershed areas. So in general, below to near normal rainfall conditions during the forecast period ang may experience ng ating mga watershed. Particularly during the months of April, most of our watershed area might experience below normal rainfall condition, and also come May for Lake Buhi and Malinaw watershed. For our forecast rainfall over selected river basins during April up to June 2020, makikita po natin na generally below normal rainfall condition for the month of April sa mga selected river basins natin, both in Luzon and Mindanao area, except for Agusan River Basin for the months of April na maka-experience ng near normal rainfall condition, as well as Lawag River Basin that might experience way below normal rainfall condition. For the month of May to June, generally below to near normal rainfall condition, and majority of our river basins will experience near normal rainfall conditions. For July up to September forecast rainfall over selected river basins, generally near normal rainfall conditions except for some above normal rainfall condition in August 2020 along Buayan Malugon River Basin, and also Tagaloan River and Tagum Libuganon in Mindanao for the month of August that might experience above normal rainfall conditions. So generally near normal rainfall condition on most of our selected river basins, both at Luzon and Mindanao. For our mean temperature forecast, generally near to above average temperature is predicted in most areas of the country during the forecast period, except for slightly below average temperatures in April and in June in some areas of Luzon and Visayas. In terms of extreme temperature forecast ranges, we could get as low as 12.8 degrees centigrade pa rin, posible nating ma-experience for the month of April sa ating mountainous areas of Luzon, particularly in Baguio City. And we could get as high as 40.5 degrees sa may part po ng Northern Luzon area during the months of May. And usually, yung May po, yung ating pinakamainit na buwan. And based on our forecast, we could get as high as more than 40 degrees. So, ito po ay usually mga instantaneous values. So, normally ay nagre-range po dyan sa mga maiinit na temperatura dito po sa may Cagayan area and also parts of Isabela. Posible po nating ma-experience yung mga instantaneous temperature forecast extremes po na yan. For dry day forecast o yung pong mga araw na walang ulan, for the months of April up to September, yung nasa kaliwa po, ayan yung normal number of dry days based from 1981 to 2010 data. At yung sa gitna pong table ay yung forecast rain number of dry days for April to September. And in terms of anomaly dito po sa right. Yung makikita po natin ang mga blue shades dito, that means decreasing number of dry days. So meaning mas marami po yung araw na may ulan or mas maraming wet days na posibleng ma-experience po dito sa mga areas, particularly sa CAR region, sa Benguet area, and Mountain Province, and also part po ng Region 1, particularly pagdating po ng May, June, July, and also Pangasinan area. So ibig sabihin po, increasing number of wet days sa mga lugar na yan for May, June, and July forecast. And also portions of Mimaropa area and also Bicol area pagdating po ng August and September period. And forecast dry days for Visayas and Mindanao, less number of dry days compared sa normal for the month of April, May, and June in most areas of the Visayas and Mindanao area, while pagdating naman po ng August up to September, increasing number of wet days dito po sa mga Visayas and Mindanao area, lalong-lalo na po pagdating ng August. For forecast tropical cyclone frequency for the month of April ay 0 or 1, May 1 or 2, June 1 or 2, July 2 to 4, August 2 or 3, and September 2 or 3. And now for the summary. And so neutral conditions continue to persist across tropical Pacific Ocean and will likely continue until September 2020. Our ENSO alert system status is now inactive, and our rainfall forecast for the whole country. April 2020 generally way below normal rainfall condition in most parts of the country except for most provinces in Caraga, including Basilan in the ARMM region, that might experience near normal rainfall condition. May 2020, generally near normal rainfall conditions are expected over most parts of Luzon and Mindanao, while generally below normal rainfall condition is expected in the Visayas area. For June 2020, generally near normal rainfall condition in most parts of the country, except for provinces in Apayao, Ilocos Norte, and Cagayan that might experience below normal rainfall condition. For July 2020, generally near normal rainfall condition for the whole country. August 2020, generally below to near normal rainfall condition in most parts of the country, except for provinces of Batanes, Eastern and Western Samar, Compostela Valley, Davao Oriental, and Davao del Norte that might experience above normal rainfall conditions. And finally, in September, generally near normal rainfall condition for the whole country. For temperature forecast, generally near to above average temperature is predicted in most areas of the country during the forecast period, except for slightly below average temperatures in April and in June in some areas of Luzon and the Visayas. And we could get as high as around 40 degrees pagdating po ng May. So, ito po yung mga hot months natin. For tropical cyclone forecast, around 8 to 11 tropical cyclones may enter or develop inside the Philippine Area of Responsibility during the forecast period. Despite the ongoing enhanced community quarantine and bayanihan to heal as one act due to COVID-19 na pinalabas po ng ating presidente, asahan po ninyo that PAGASA will continue to closely monitor any significant phenomena, and updates and advisories shall be issued as appropriate. So, tentatively schedule po yung ating next climate forum on April 22, 2020, and titingnan po natin kung magkakaroon na po tayo ng physical climate forum or kung kinakailangan po natin gawin pa rin itong online na climate forum natin ay gagawin po ng PAGASA. Maraming salamat po and keep safe po. Stay at home. Magkiisa po tayo sa ating programa para po malabanan natin itong COVID-19. Maraming salamat po.